episode of 12-Inch Figure Fanatic. Remember to subscribe. So today we're going to be opening up yet another InArt figure. I love these InArt figures. Even though the price point is high, they are the Rolls Royce of mass-produced figures these days. And they never disappoint. So this one is going to be Harry Potter's Severus Snape. He is the grandfather of Emo. He's the professor from the film series. Rest in peace. He died, the actor. But we're also going to be doing a side-by-side with the Star Ace version that's been out for a while. I think it's no argument which one's going to come out on top. It's just a matter by how much. So let's take a closer look. Boy, with a name like Severus Snape, like, how could he not turn out the way he did? I'd be pretty dark and grumpy too. So like with all InArt figures, you have the premium shipper box. This one's plastic wrapped. See. So the box is got a recessed pattern, kind of like a storybook cover, and pretty plain on the outside though. And then I guess the famous quote of his, always. I don't know the film series enough to know what that's referring to. And I mentioned this before opening Harry Potter figures, but I could never get into the film series as much as I tried. And I definitely don't read books, so that book series is out of the question. But there was just a little too much CGI and fantasy for my taste. I don't mind CGI being used for bullets flying and explosions, but as far as creating an entire film, no. Just like Avatar, I just have trouble with that stuff. Anyways, let's see what we got here. All right, so we have the standard packet on top that they always include. It's a premium experience right from the get-go. So you've got this ticket, and it says the release date, although it's not individually numbered. Then you have some Chinese writing. Then you have the usual letter of appreciation for the purchase on premium paper. I love how it looks like an awards show envelope. Then you have the comprehensive instructions. Foam insert on top. A headless figure. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the head first before we get to the other stuff. Where is that at? Aha. Not a chronological experience here, but we'll take care of business. So they have a nice case enclosed here. And here's the head. Ooh. And as usual, I mean, I didn't expect anything less, but it's photorealistic pretty much. InArt is expertly precise at this. And of course it's all stitched here, styled, sprayed, and you got the little bang here, but look at the detail on that. Let's see if we could get the new iPhone zoom feature in there. Look at that. gorgeous. It's like the real deal is standing in front of me in just in miniature form. There we go. All right, so let's get the head on. And oh, some kind of cover here. What is going on here? There we go. That was just a placeholder piece of plastic. Doesn't feel like it's in there completely. No. There we go. All right. So the body is pretty narrow. I mean, the overcoat is fitted, so that helps. But looks like the hands are appropriately weathered. Not weathered, but detailed. They're a little bit aged, so there's a little bit more looseness in the knuckles. And he didn't wear any rings, I guess. The body moves appropriately as well. I mean, all these things are not what I've come to expect from InArt figures. And I prefer the bodies kind of stiff. Even at the ankle, it's pretty stiff. Just so that I know that, you know, it's going to be holding whatever pose that I put him in. But yeah, definitely premium bending experience here. And the choice of materials is excellent. You know, nothing off-putting as far as that goes. Good detailing in the stitching. I mean, fantastic. So let's see what else we have here. We'll start from the bottom, continue on the bottom, and work our way up. Okay. This first one is the pot. So that's pretty nice. It's got this wireframe handle on the side, and that's made of metal, but the rest of the thing is made of plastic. It would have been nice if this was metal too, pewter. They could have done that, but this keeps the weight down, and it wasn't necessary. It's weathered pretty nicely, so it looks like it's metal. And this looks like the stand for that. So it just sits on top like so. And, oh wow. Yeah, so this, I think this is for the eyeballs. Yeah. So check this out. So now he's looking one way, and the magnet is so powerful, and it's in unison too. So now he's looking the other way. I love this because with the Hot Toys, when they do rolling eyeballs, they're independently rolling. And so you might get him a little cross-eyed when you try to pose those eyeballs. But no risk of that here with this beautifully crafted and included magnetic tool. It's almost like the tip of a pen. It's got this little silver emblem in there. Very premium tool. Okay, you got this display base, and there's some clear aspect to the side here. And it has this name here, very nice nameplate. Name on the bottom there. And then looks like this just secures in like this. And I love this stand too. It's very slim and premium, minimalistic. I wish all the figures would start doing this rather than the bulky plastic base with the double thing coming out. And yeah, this is, if you got to do a stand, if you can't have the feet magnetic, this is a good approach. And it looks like legs of a table. And these are all plastic. Let's see. Nothing under there. Everything gone. All right, let's see what else we got here. Tabletop has to be somewhere, right? Maybe it's under here. Aha! There's the tabletop. So that is a very premium heavy plastic, and looks like the legs just snap in. There's two. There's three. And four. And for some reason, one of the legs has these notches all the way around. I don't know what that's for. We'll find out maybe. But it's got a nice wood effect on top. Different color than the rest of the wood effect. All right, this is gonna be his cape or overcoat, I guess you'd call it. And hopefully the instructions indicate how this is supposed to be arranged, and we'll figure that out in a little bit. Looks like we've got little jars with potion ingredients. That says potion there. And it just has, looks like little herbs. Just herbs inside the jars. Doesn't look like they're intended to open at all. Looks like a stand with some test tubes, and they're colored inside, so it looks like there's liquid, and they are removable. And the test tube stand is slightly weathered as well. One thing I'm noticing though is it looks like, I don't know how they did the coloring in there, but you could see some of the color on the top rim of the test tubes. So you could even see that in the video. A advanced potion making book, and it's even got silver embossed on the cover there, and it's got a premium feel to it, a hardbound cover, and then you've got real pages, and it looks like they don't duplicate, so it's like the real deal. Each page is different, or for the most part, so that's impressive. And you've got a smaller set of bottles, and it has, looks like simulated liquid in there. Very nicely done. Individually labeled as well. Then you've got even smaller bottles. And those are colored as well to look like there's liquid in there. And it's all it is it's not, it doesn't look like it's completely filled with liquid. No, it is. I thought they had just done like a maybe a translucent paint around the sides, but the whole thing is filled. So there's no open space in the center. That's great. And then looks like we have, is that a chest piece? No? It's another little potion bottle. This is an important item right here, his wand. And there's not much to it. It's monochromatic, nicely detailed in the handle though, in the texture. Yep. And then you've got, looks like a set of hands, a few hands here. All right, so let's get this figure set up. I'm gonna figure out how to put that shawl on, and then do a side-by-side with the Star Ace version. I'll give you my final thoughts after that. All right, so here he is all set up, and I really don't have anything that I found out extra while I was arranging the figure. The cape was pretty easy to put on. It's got slits on the sides as if to insert the arms, but the way I saw it in photos, it doesn't look like that feature was used, so instead it's just draping over him. The two flaps in the front of the cape are resting in front of his arms, and then the rest is in the back. I like the pose of him crossing his hands with his wand in his hand. As you can see, I got the table all set up with everything on it. It looks very nice, good presentation. It's just a little kind of awkward to have this as an accessory, considering he's lifted up onto a base that only the figure can fit on, and that base doesn't extend enough so that the table sits on it. So this table's just kind of this random feature off to the side. I'm probably not going to incorporate that into the display. Now let's take a look at the Star Ace version. So big difference here. I mean, no comparison. Crisp, clean, almost photorealistic on every count with InArts, and Star Ace is just like you could kind of tell that's him, although it looks more like a Native American translator. But the hair is sculpted. Aside from the head sculpt itself being a bad job, the paint job is also pretty terrible. The choice of materials is a little bit cheap. This is like some kind of polyester almost, and it's a little overly lined. So it ruffles quite a bit. And the figure itself doesn't hold its posability that well. Also, the buttons are a little bit too pronounced and a little too large along the chest as well. So just a few things going wrong here. Now, they did also include the boiling pot here. However, Star Ace included the burner on the bottom, and I thought that was a nice feature. And I think if InArt wanted to go all the way, they could incorporate the same feature that they did with their Harry Potter. So with Harry Potter, he's got this very tiny lantern, and then there's a single LED with an attached battery inside so that it actually does light up. They could have incorporated a burner with this figure and had that same feature in the burner here. So, as you can see, when I flash back to everything set up here, it looks incomplete without a burner. It really does. But they do have a lid. Also, Star Ace did include the same book. However, this one doesn't open up at all. It's just a sculpt. So, dead end there. And it did include test tubes, although not as elaborate as this one. These test tubes are much larger. There's fewer of them. And the stand is just kind of cheap. And then you've got this random vial as well. So the accessories are also lacking as well with the Star Ace figure. Like I said, no comparison really. Definitely going to put this old one on eBay, try to unload that. As far as scale of 1 to 10 on this figure, other than it missing the burner that I mentioned, which is definitely a shortcoming, that's the only thing I'm going to take points off. I'm going to take 0.5 points off for that. Otherwise, this figure is just superb, especially in the head sculpt, where it either makes or breaks the figure. That's what you're really paying for, right? So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.